The NI7's Challenge Race 2, June 2010. It's a reverse grid, so Stevie Wright's at the front with Robin McGrath, Sean McGoldrick, Andy Parkinson, Ian Leinster. We're on board with Sean McGoldrick. He gets a good clean start up the inside of Stevie Wright. Looks like he's in the lead for Deaders. He ducks in, yes, he has the lead. Back now with Jimmy Dougan at the start. He gets a good start. Robin McGrath there goes back. Jimmy makes a good place. Now Mark Crawford, he gets past Ram McGuinness and behind Jimmy Dougan. And now Colin towards the back of the grid. He was in second in the first race. Gets a poor start there, has to get past Paul Forsyth. They're coming around Deaders now. You can see Sean in front of Stevie Wright, Ian Leinster from Andy Parkinson at the top four. On the brakes now. Sean holds an inside line going round Colonial and keeps on to the lead. Jimmy Dougan now in behind Andy Parkinson and Johnny Armstrong for 5th place. Johnny slots in behind in the blue car there, slots in behind Andy Parkinson. Back with Colin now towards the rear of the field. There's Ryan McGuinness in front of him and Mark Crawford. He's all streamed through Colonial 2. Davis Buick bring up the rear there in his new MK. Colin now around the outside, around Fisherman's, and he's taken up 3 places there to go from 11th place right up to 8th. In behind Brian McGoldrick. Mark Crawford, we'll see it from his angle, and there's Colin going around the outside. Back up with Sean now. Stevie Wright in the lead. Just having a look around the outside, but he can't quite hold it. Sean is the inside line there. He'll have the inside line going into the chicane, which he holds. Back with Colin. Back in 8th place now. He's in behind Brian McGoldrick. Jimmy Dougan. Coming into the chicane. If you look to get a run on them down into the hairpin. Mark Crawford's lining up. Rob McGrath gets past him. Sean now under brakes into the hairpin, keeping it very tight. Lets the car go out. Gets a good drive out of the hairpin. Jimmy Dougan now into one of his favourite overtaking spots down into the hairpin. He's lining up Johnny Armstrong and Andy Parkinson, and Stevie Wright locks up his brakes. All of them go in. Johnny Armstrong, don't think so. Back with Colin now. You can see Jimmy Dougan now trying to make a run on Johnny Armstrong up ahead. And up the inside of Colin Reid, there's Brian McGoldrick. So Colin trying to go around the outside of Brian there, didn't quite make it. But he does have the inside line around Deaders there. Stevie Wright locking up, trying to go around down to the Colonial, around the outside of Sean. You can see it from Sean's car here. Oh, Stevie just doesn't have the line. And Sean's able to hold him off. Still hanging on to the lead. Ian Leinster now challenging Stevie Wright for 2nd. He's got it. Back with Jimmy Dougan now. Oh, Johnny Armstrong's hung out to dry around the outside of Colonial. Jimmy moves in behind Andy Parkinson. You can see that move here from Colin's point of view. Johnny Armstrong's just got nowhere to go there. Has to slot in behind Jimmy Dougan. Oh, and he's left a gap there for Colin as well. That's Jimmy up to 5th and Colin up to 6th place. Jimmy having a look at, oh, Andy Parkinson. Still Johnny hangs on around the outside. Mark Crawford. Ryan McGuinness slips past. Oh, he goes up to 7th place. Gets past Johnny Armstrong, Ryan McGoldrick and Mark Crawford all in one move. Meanwhile, Ian Leinster for the lead is trying to go around the outside at the hairpin of Sean McGoldrick. We're on board with Sean. I don't think Ian's made it. On board with Jimmy Dougan now. He's lining up Andy Parkinson and Stevie Wright. He goes up the inside. Oh, and he brakes so late. Oh, and he's closing right up on Sean and Ian Leinster. You know, in behind Jimmy. Here we have Colin. Colin goes the other side of Andy Parkinson. And you can see Jimmy Dougan on the inside of Stevie Wright. Colin as well, very late in the brakes. And that's Ian and Sean closing right up on them. Colin now up to 4th place, Jimmy to 3rd, Ian Leinster for 2nd from Sean McGoldrick in 1st. Jimmy has a go round the outside of Deaders, round the outside of Ian Leinster, and he has him. Oh, and Colin's lining up Jimmy Dougan as well. Again coming into Deaders. He thinks better of it, slots in behind Ian Leinster. So it's currently still Sean from Jimmy Dougan. Jimmy just so good on the brakes. Going down into Colonial 1, brakes very late. And slots in front of Sean, who's the 2nd from Ian Leinster. Jimmy goes a little wide, but he holds it through Colonial 2, down towards Fisherman's. Mark Crawford's lining up Stevie right now. Oh, there's contact there with Stevie. The leader's going down into Colonial 2. You can see Ryan McGuinness making a move on Colin Reid. Doesn't quite make it. Here's Colin now in 4th place. And with Sean in 3rd now, Ian Leinster's just squeezed past him. So Jimmy Dougan in the lead from Ian Leinster from Sean McGoldrick. Colin now challenging Sean for 3rd. Going down into chicane. Just has him. An attacking line going through those curbs. And Colin's now up to 3rd. There's Ryan McGuinness now trying to get Sean on the brakes for 4th place, and he does. Oh, and so's Andy Parkinson. Oh, Andy gets it a bit out of shape. Can Sean go back at him? I think he can. Meanwhile, Mark Crawford goes past Stevie, apologises there for any contact. In the lead, coming around Deaders, Jimmy Dougan. He's opened up a bit of a gap now to Ian Leinster, I believe. Ian Leinster coming under pressure now from Colin Reid. Colin lines him up, sticks to the inside through Deaders, aft Deaders, and coming down into Colonial 1. He has he got him on the brakes? He has. That's Jimmy Dougan now with a bit of a lead from Colin Reid there in 2nd place. Ryan McGuinness and then Ian Leinster in the yellow Westfield. And that's the top 4. And they've got a bit of a gap open there to Sean McGoldrick, Andy Parkinson and Mark Crawford. Colin now trying to catch Jimmy. Really taking a very aggressive line through the chicane there, trying to carry as much speed onto the straight. We're with the leader now, coming down into the hairpin. He's so good on the brakes, Jimmy. Gets a good drive out of the hairpin. Oh, and Ryan McGuinness has a look at Colin on the way down to the hairpin. Oh, and there's more contact. It looks like a light cluster's gone there for Ryan's rear wing. So Colin now down into 3rd, Ryan McGuinness up into 2nd behind Jimmy Dougan. Mark Crawford attacking Andy Parkinson. Trying to line up Sean. Oh, he goes around the outside under braking. From Sean's point of view, you can see Mark Crawford there just slots it in front of him and gets a preferred line around the hairpin. Coming out of the hairpin, Sean now looking to defend off Andy Parkinson. back up to third place. Colin Reid in behind the blue and black car of Ryan McGuinness. Lines him up under braking, going down to the Colonial. Nothing he can do. Jimmy Dougan still with a bit of a lead. There's really very little in the pace of these cars, very little between them. I think Ryan's catching Jimmy Dougan. Ian Leinster down in fourth. Then Mark Crawford, Sean McGoldrick, Andy Parkinson. Strong and Brand McGoldrick. Andy Parkinson has a look around the outside of Sean McGoldrick, around the Fisherman's. Sean gives him room. And they're going down towards the chicane. Oh, has Paul for sides out? Or is he... No, he's coming back on again. He's obviously had some kind of an off. Colin now, third place. In behind Ryan McGuinness, putting plenty of pressure on him, who's in turn trying to put pressure on Jimmy Dougan. Through the chicane, onto this back straight. It'll be interesting to see what happens on the brakes on the way down into the hairpin here. Colin's just lost a little bit of drive. Ryan McGuinness lines up Jimmy Dougan, but Jimmy's so good on the brakes. Ryan looks to have him. Oh, but Jimmy's so late on the brakes. Gets the car to a stop just about. Colin also late in the brakes, and he squeezes past Ryan. And looks like he gets a better drive out of the corner than Jimmy Dougan. Colin going for the lead. It looks like he might have it. Sean, meanwhile, back down the field. Andy Parkinson gets past Sean. Oh, and again Sean fights back on the exit of that corner. Jimmy Dougan now. Oh, just sees Colin Reid disappear past him for the lead. Going into deaders. Flat out left-hander. And Ryan McGuinness gets past as well. That's Jimmy down to third now. There you can see the top three. Colin from Ryan from Jimmy. Really very little in it. Jimmy goes out wide to try and carry a bit more speed through. Colin takes a nice tight line. And it looks like he keeps the lead. Oh, Ryan having a look up the inside to Fisherman's. Oh, doesn't quite make it. Ian Leinster in fourth place there in the yellow Westfield. Sean McGoldrick from Andy Parkinson, Johnny Armstrong in the blue Westfield, and Brand McGoldrick in the purple crossed. All bunched up. Andy squeezes past Sean through Fisherman's, and he looks to have held it. Colin down into the chicane. It'll be interesting again to see what happens under brakes going into the hairpin. Oh, Ryan McGuinness up the inside, very late in the brakes. And he looks to have got it and held it. Jimmy very late as well, the two guys on the inside. Jimmy takes the outside line. Gets a good drive out of the corner, but I don't think he's got enough to get past him. Sean battling for seventh. Down into eighth place though. Johnny Armstrong went up the inside, down into the hairpin. On the exit of it. The leaders now. There's Colin from Ryan, the two going down to the Colonial, side by side on the brakes. Ryan's got the better line, but Colin holds it, and he's got the better line for Colonial too, and he's got it right round the outside. Fantastic overtaking move. See it from Jimmy's point of view. Oh, nothing but a cigarette paper between the two of them. Colin now in the lead from Ryan McGuinness from Jimmy Dougan in the orange and white car. Oh, Ryan has another look up the inside, can't quite do it.